You probably think that working with a stylist, particularly once you've had your colours analysed, would involve them trying to convince you to buy or make a load of new clothes. That's what I've always assumed. But over the summer, I got to catch up with previous guest stylist Numba Pinkerton in real life in her home in Scotland. Our conversation proved that my assumption, at least as far as she's concerned, is wrong. We start our conversation back where we left off previously, talking about colour analysis. Numba offers something of a cheat sheet for working with your colours, including how and when to ignore them. Then we move on to talking about shopping strategically, and all her advice translates so well to sewing strategically. It's super useful stuff. And her ultimate message, it's okay to pass. So stick around a couple of minutes for that. Welcome to Check Your Thread, the podcast that will help you sew more sustainably. My name's Zoe and I'm obsessed with sewing. I've been blogging about it for over 17 years and am the creator and host of the popular handmade wardrobe challenge, Me Made May. But like many people, I've become increasingly concerned about the climate and ecological crises, and I'm looking at the way that my lifestyle contributes to them. So in this podcast, I'll be nerding out about making clothes whilst exploring how to minimise the negative impact that it may have. I really hope you'll join me in this journey. Hi lovely, are you doing okay? What are you up to whilst you're listening to this? I'm super nosy, so if you're an Instagram user, please tag me at Check Your Thread over there to let me know what activities you pair with listening to this podcast. I'm a bit short on time today, so I'm going to make this intro on the shorter side. But lucky for me, I get to say huge thanks this week to Sarah for signing up to support the podcast via Patreon. And big thanks to a different Sarah, an existing patron, who kindly chose to up their amount of support. You are both awesome. If you feel that you are able to throw in a few coins each month to help me keep this podcast going, your name doesn't need to be Sarah, please head to patreon.com/checkyourthread. Also, I've scheduled the 2 dates for the September mending meetups, which take place via Zoom. So if you fancy mending in community, it would be wonderful to have you at one of those. The details are in the feed on the Patreon page. So this week's episode, I haven't recorded a conversation face-to-face in ages, I feel like. And as you'll hear us mention, it really does have a different energy, I think. It's less formal and more relaxed. So if you like your episodes on the more chit-chatty side, then I'm pretty sure you're really going to be into this one. So what stuck out to me most in this conversation, it really was the fact that even though she's a stylist, Numba really isn't an advocate for buying or making a ton of clothes. She's all about investing mindfully in a limited amount of pieces that are going to really work hard for her. And then saving the rest of her money for the other things in her life that she enjoys. So let's try and employ the same mindset to our sewing. I'll be back next week with a solo episode that expands on and explores this topic in greater depth. But until then, take care of yourselves, take care of your loved ones, take care of those in the wider global community who could do with our help, and please enjoy. But thank you so much for seeing me. I can't believe so I'm here. I'm like in your home.
I know.
So we spoke like
you're in the studio.
I know, a couple of months ago, and I could not have been further south.
Yes, I know.
And
how did you make it here?
Well, I'm on holiday, completely coincidentally, but also
That's
kind
amazing.
of a nice bit of serendipity in that I'm doing a house swap with very lovely Check Your Thread community member.
Oh, lovely.
Her family are in our house in Brighton right now, and we're in their gorgeous flat in Glasgow.
I didn't think that was a thing. I didn't know people did that as much.
Well, yeah, I mean,
that's amazing.
I just kind of said, I just offered it up as an option, and because great. Holidays are expensive.
I know.
And it's worked out really, really nicely. But Lindsay, whose flat we're staying in, is the person that recommended you. So it's kind of a nice full circle.
Yes, that's gone full circle. Thanks, Lindsay. That's amazing. I love that.
Apparently, I don't think you've met Lindsay, but Lindsay does recommend your services a lot, apparently.
That is so nice.
Yeah.
That's so nice.
And the episode just got some fantastic feedback, and it's really
was so unexpected, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Because I think we just spoke about it, and it was just that reality of trying to just using my experience to be like, right, this is what's worked and this is what hasn't, and just being so upfront about it, isn't it?
Yeah, but I just love how non-prescriptive your approach is. How open, because I feel like, and I think this was the criticism for a lot of it, isn't there, that some people, often women, see it as almost like
a restriction.
Or another thing to kind of whip themselves about, you know, like, oh, I can't do that and I can't do this. And you're like, yeah, you can. Do what you want, but ultimately there are ways that it might work better.
Yeah, and that's what it's about. I think naturally I'm someone that loves freedom and just the feeling of being able to do what I want to do. It's partly probably why I've got my own business. I just love like doing my own thing. And I think with styling, like I also remember that phase of struggle though. And that's why I think I'm so passionate about it, because you don't have to be in that struggle phase.
Yeah. Tell me about that struggle for you.
Yeah, that struggle for me was, I remember walking into a shop, and this was like my uni days, right? Walking into a shop, and I remember vividly seeing this red top that I was like, oh, I love, because I loved colour. I was like, you know, colour was like part of my self-expression, and I was just gravitated towards it because it was red. And I remember trying it on and just feeling like there's something about this doesn't work. I couldn't work out what it was because it was a style that I would have normally gone for. I was thinking it's not right, but then my mind then wandered and I thought, if I wear this, will people just think that doesn't work, that looks weird? And then I'm thinking, well, what do I wear it with? I don't feel like I had enough maybe base pieces where I could wear it with, and I just thought, that's never going to work. I just don't see it working. And it was a shame because I liked it. So then in hindsight, there's two things that wasn't right about that top. It was one, the shade was completely off. It was draining me. And I couldn't quantify what it was at the time. Yeah. But now I know it was the shade. It wasn't matching with my personal colouring. So then it just looked awful. It just made me look ill. And then two, apart from obviously the colour, was the fact that I struggled to know what to wear it with. And that's the struggle for a lot of women. It's like, I love this skirt, or I love this top, I love this jumper, and it might be like super colourful. It might even be neutral, but then you're thinking, yeah, but what do I wear it with? And you might try maybe one or two pieces and you think, oh, that doesn't work, and you give up on it. And that's where that knowledge comes in, because if you knew, like, for example, if I walked into a shop with the knowledge I have now, I would have known that shade wasn't the right shade for me. It was going to drain. There's no point even trying it on. Yeah. So then I'm not wasting that time. I'm not wasting that money. And then I would also know, say it ended up being, you know, a cool shade of red. So I know cool shades are good for me. I would have known, oh, that's a cool red. That would be fine. I would have had the confidence to buy it, but then I would have also had the confidence to know how to style it with my existing pieces. So it just opens up this whole new freedom of expression in ways that I couldn't have done without having that.
And confidence.
Yeah, to try bold colours, but equally to have the confidence to be like, actually today I'm just going to go neutral, and you can do both. You can do anything.
Yeah. So it's like, this is your paint box.
Yes, do whatever you want with it. And what I do with it is, I live somewhere in the country. You've seen what it's like.
Beautiful.
You're here.
I was driving around going, so pretty.
So it's very casual. Everybody's so casual here, and I feel like I don't tend to go too colourful, because a lot of the time I've got young kids. I'm just being a mum, and I just want to be under the radar. I don't want to be wearing fuchsia pink and emerald green on my school run. So there's occasions where I feel like the neutrals are definitely more my thing. And then occasions where it's like, right, I've maybe been invited somewhere nice in the city, or I'm doing an event, and these are occasions where I'm like, oh, I could go extra here, and I've got the confidence to do it, and then I do it. So I feel like I'm a chameleon, right? Yeah. I can tweak and blend depending on where I'm going, but it's more about how I want to feel rather than how other people are seeing me in a way. So you then have this natural confidence of just unapologetically going for it without, you know, having to doubt yourself or think, what other people going to think? You just own it.
It's been so interesting, because since our conversation, and I think I messaged to you as well, saying, like, even my husband, who doesn't normally listen to, like, the episodes, he's like, yeah, I've really noticed that black doesn't work for some people. And he like never thinks about that kind of thing. And I've definitely been clocking, like, that's a lovely colour, but it's making that person's complexion look too ruddy or too drained. And I was like, I want to know more, basically. I can't figure out what it is. I know I'm starting to pick up on when things like, I see someone going, oh my God, that person looks amazing.
Yes.
But I don't know why. Yeah. So I'm wondering if you could give me a bit more knowledge.
Yeah. So what happens is, when you wear it colour close to your face, it reflects onto your face, right? So that's either going to work with your natural colouring or work against it. So you've got a colouring, I've got a colouring to me. So when you wear a colour, you want it to match your colouring, and when that happens, when that colour matches your colouring, what tends to happen is your features are enhanced in a way. So your eye colour looks bright and sparkling, so that's what you'll notice. You notice your skin tone looks nice and even. You notice, like, you don't notice as many kind of wrinkles. It just kind of gives you a general brightness, a general lift, a general glow without really needing like a lot of makeup or anything like that. So you just, when someone looks at you, they're like, you look great, you look good. And sometimes it could just be a t-shirt. It's not anything you've done. And that's why sometimes people are like, I've not changed anything. Like,
Like, why am I looking amazing?
It's just a jumper. It's just a jumper I got from like whatever, Marks and Spencer's. So it's giving you that natural glow. Now, on the other side of that is the shades that are not matching your natural colour. What tends to happen is they drain. Now, what I mean by that is you notice like shadows under your eyes. Right, your eyes are not, you might have, like, you notice with people like really bold eye colours, like blue eyes or like green eyes, and with the right colours, they are glowing, like you see them. And then with the wrong shades, they almost disappear and you don't notice it. So it's only when I put on the right colour, like, oh, you've got blue eyes. That's when clients come to the studio and maybe wearing black or just a colour I don't suit, and I don't really notice the eye colour until we do the colour analysis. And then you're like, oh my goodness, your eyes, because they hide it and then they just come out to play when the colours are enhancing them, right?
Yeah.
So it's your skin looks nice and even. It kind of just looks like the skin imperfections if it's not the right shade. So what you notice is lots of redness. The skin looks quite down, a general lift or a general drain to your colouring. That's where you either look quite ghostly, and that's when like the colour washes you out, or you look quite glowy, like you've got great skin. And that's what you're looking for with the shades.
Yeah.
But you'll know instantly. Like, it's not, you don't have to second guess it.
Yeah.
You put it on and you'll be like, no. Because it's when I do the colours, when they do the colour analysis, like even with the clients that we're in today, they had a makeup consultation, but always gauge if they lean more towards a warm or cool. And they were both cool, actually. It was mother and daughter. But when we pulled the cool colours on and then we pulled them off and compared to the warm, I remember one of them was like, oh my goodness, I feel like it's making my skin look yellowy. And it was just not looking right. And then for the other one, it was like, you notice their face is changing. They're like, oh no. that looks awful. So you do see it instantly. There's sometimes it's not as obvious with maybe certain shades, but there'll definitely be one that will be like, wow, no, this is good. This feels good.
Yeah.
And then you're like, no, this is not quite right.
Yeah. Could you do it for me? Could you figure out if I'm cool or dark?
We can. Should we do it?
Yeah, let's do it. I'd love to see you in action.
Yeah, let's do it. Okay, so what we're doing is we're going to grab a mirror. We want to cover whatever you're wearing just now. So I've got a cape. It looks like a hairdressing cape. So we want to just cover everything that you're wearing to give it a blank base. So the cape is white. It's a nice base for covering. And then we can see your lovely face. So I'm going to get just the warm and cool. So normally we'll do warm and cool, dark and light, and then bright or muted. Muted also means soft. But we're going to do the warm and cool just now because that's the one that really makes a massive difference to, how you shop, how you put outfits together, even makeup. The top one is cool colours. So cool colours tend to be blue-based, quite cold and stark, quite kind of bright colours as well. And they don't remind you of the sun, so they've got that sort of iciness to them. And then your warm colours would be quite yellow-based. They'll remind you of the sun. They'll have that yellowness. So it could be green, but it's a yellowy green. It could be pink, but it's a yellowy pink. So that kind of top one I've got here is cool. And then we're matching it to the warm, which is there. And then see the difference it makes. But what I'm going to do, because these capes have got different sets of colours, I'm going to start with one side, because we've got some darker colours on this side. So already we can start to see you might be cool and dark or cool and light.
Right.
And then warm and light or warm and dark. So this side's got some sort of deeper colours. Okay, so that's the cool. And then that's the warm.
I don't know.
It's funny because when we do this, everybody looks at the colours. But what we're doing is we're studying your face.
Right.
And it can take a second or two to be like, right, what we're looking for when we do this to your face. So we're looking for a lift, we're looking for your eyes to be really bright, we're looking for your skin to look really good.
So my feeling is that the cool is working better. Is that what you think?
Yeah,
I
but
feel
we'll
like-
see because
Okay.
there's different sets of colours. We have to make sure they're all working, because maybe on one side one might be better, and then the other side you maybe get more of a clear idea.
Okay.
So we want to move on to the middle.
So these are brighter.
Brighter, slightly lighter, more medium to light shades here, and then these are warm. But I saw a change in your facial expression there.
I was kind of laughing because these are the colours I'm very drawn to, but they're the ones I feel I don't look good in.
Yeah. Okay, so we're definitely getting much more of a vibrant feel, I feel, with the cooler ones, because the minute that I did that, so the one at the bottom is basically warm, but the minute I lifted the cool away to introduce the warm, we noticed a shift, but your face visibly changed as well. You were like, oh,
Yeah.
you moved, you twitched.
I felt a bit exposed because I love these colours, but I don't think that they work for me.
Yeah.
So I was a bit like,
So we're struggling here. I think you've still got a tiny bit of warmth, but that's where like going into the seasons can get a more clear idea about what your specific colours are. There's a tiny
I
bit
have
of
got a
warmth.
bit of a tan at the moment as well. I've been spending a lot of time at the
Oh, have you?
a lot of time at the allotment.
But good for you. But even with the tan, we still can see that the cool colours are just looking so much better. So definitely that's like moving up to cool for you rather than warm overall. So remember, overall is we're looking at your skin, your eyes and your hair, and sometimes someone might look at skin and think, oh, I've got warmth to my skin. So for example, like right now you might say you've got warmth because you've got a tan, but it's the undertones of almost that underlying layer in between your skin, that kind of outer your skin and the inside part of the skin. And that's the bit that can make a massive difference. But it's all three. It needs to be hair, skin and eyes.
Yeah.
If you just do skin, there's people with warm skins. One of my clients was, like today, she was warm, like very yellowy skin, but then her overall colouring was cool.
Interesting.
So you can't tell just by skin.
Interesting.
So definitely cool for you.
Okay, well thank you so much.
So it just means that, you know, I love some of these colours as well. I love mustard and...
Yeah, because you yourself are a winter, aren't you?
Yes.
And yet you are wearing very much the kind of colour that I would be drawn to. A kind of chartreuse, kind of mustardy
Yeah,
colour.
so this
But it looks
colour-
amazing on you.
This colour is interesting. So when you look at the winter, so winter and summer are both cool, and then autumn and spring are both warm. So this colour I'm wearing is not a winter colour, for example. You can see there's a warmth to it, but it is in the summer palette in a soft summer. So it looks like it should be mustard, but it's not. It's not that yellowy. It's almost there's a certain greenness to it.
Yeah.
So it's the only colour I would say that leans into like the warmer side, but still leans into the cooler side.
Yeah.
So it's in a soft summer palette. And it's not quite mustard, but it's not quite green. I don't know how you describe it. It's quite an
I
unusual
want to
colour,
say
isn't it?
chartreuse.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I found that it's one that looks really warm, but I can just about get away with. And that's why I've got it. It just happened to be, I saw it in a shop and I thought I really like that colour. And to be honest, I didn't even care. If it was going to be mustard, it wouldn't work because I loved it that much.
Yeah.
And that's why sometimes you do have to be flexible. And if you love something that much, just wear it.
Yeah, and you've paired it with the dark navy that you were recommending that everyone can use as a neutral.
So these dark navy trousers are from COS. I wanted ones that were like cotton, so they were breathable. And I've worn them all summer. Like, they have been so good. The wide leg, so good. But again, they're dark. I mean, if you look at the shade, you can see how dark it is.
Yeah, it's kind of like Biro Ink blue.
Yeah, it's super dark. So that dark navy literally goes with everything. So all summer, I've literally just been changing my tops. I wear this one, then I could wear a light pink, I could wear white. So it just allows me to wear pretty much any colour. I think people's question really when it comes to like the navy is, well, what footwear do I do?
Right.
Because I usually just wear black. The good thing about the dark navy is it's that dark that actually blends in with black, so you can still do black and it doesn't look off. If you do a medium navy, it might look a bit off with black, but if it's a dark navy, it goes with black, but also goes with dark brown. So what I do is I have a lot of dark brown footwear, and it goes so well with the navies and the blues and everything like that, and it's so effortless. It's good for travelling. So the dark brown's really good for accessories, shoes and bags, and that's all I do. So that allows you to wear less black shoes, and then the dark brown also goes with everything, like a dark cool brown. So then I can wear all my colours in my wardrobe.
Yeah.
So it's just about looking for these shades that are easy to match, that gives you that maximum versatility.
See, I love red shoes, and I'm pretty sure that would look amazing.
It would.
The dark navy with red shoes
so
would look
good.
so cute.
So rich. Do it. Yeah.
Oh, I love this.
You've got red nails as well.
Yes, because I went to a wedding last week.
Oh, nice. Okay,
Yes.
so put them on my trousers, see how they look. Look how nice.
They look amazing. Yeah. And I was wearing, actually, I'll show you what I was wearing. I was wearing a very dark navy dress. And I happen to think it looked pretty good.
Oh, there you go.
And I'm going to wear it again to another event this week.
Oh, lovely.
Yeah, so it looked kind of black, but it was a very dark navy.
No, you can tell it's dark navy.
Yeah.
It looks really nice.
And I was wearing black shoes, but I think it looked
But
okay.
that's the thing, I think even with black shoes, you can do it because it's that dark navy. But
Yeah.
what I like about that, because the pattern dresses some colours through it,
Yeah.
allows you to wear other colours, but you can also match one of the colours to it. But if that was a black base with all those flowers on it, you'd be tied to wearing with only black shoes.
Yeah.
That's the bit people don't realise, is as soon as there's black in a pattern, and especially if it's a lot of black, you're stuck. You have to wear black shoes. But if it was a navy background colour or white, one of these universal colours, you can wear a lot more of the other colours with it, so it gives you more options.
Yeah.
So I just think options are good. You don't want to be restrictive. You want options. If you've got options, then you can wear anything that day. You don't have to think about it too much.
So once you know if you're a cool or a warm,
Yeah.
you've almost got like a pretty broad palette, because as you were saying, like if you were cool, you could go for the winter colours, or you could stretch into the summer palette.
Yeah. So you do, and I always say to even clients, like a lot of clients when they book, they want to find out their season, like 12 season, and that's always great. But in a way, I feel like people want to tend to like not move away from that. Mm-hmm. And I always say to people, that's a good palette if you want to just have a look at your colours and things. But ultimately, you want to just go broader. You want to go just, if you know you're cool, just go cool. With the exception, you can still have some warmer shades. So you can still introduce some warmer shades that are not too warm. Mm-hmm. So a colour, for example, that I would say is classed as a warm colour, but it's not too bad, is maybe like a green base khaki colour, if that makes sense. It's a bit more green than it is brown. So when you look at it, it doesn't remind you of the sun as much. There's a lot of coolness to that. So my thing is always trust your eye. If you can see that thing, whether it's leaning towards the warmer side, but if it's got enough coolness to it, it doesn't remind you of the sun as much, that's enough to add it to your cool palette. So you can end up with quite a wide range of shades in your palette. But the advantage of sticking to mostly that palette, either the warm or cool, is the mix and match. Because what then matches not colours, it's the shades. So then you can match like a cool pink to a cool green. You can match that cool pink to a darker cool pink. You can match that cool pink to a cool blue. So it just allows you to wear like a lot more colours. And then what you want to do is like 90% of your colours in that palette to get that extra mix and match. But then you can throw in like that 10% of these anomaly pieces and colours that you love but maybe don't suit, just to have.
Just because you want them.
Because you want them and you love them.
Yeah. That's
why I say allow for that 10%. If you have too much of colours from the other palette, you struggle to mix and match them. So then it just becomes a problem, right?
You've got some wardrobe orphans.
Exactly. So get that versatility and then get these one-off pieces like this top that I'm wearing that I just love. It's not quite like my best colour, but it's not draining. It's not that bad. And then add them in just because you can.
Yeah. Amazing.
You want the freedom, right?
Yeah. So for everybody listening, so you would recommend first step, find out if you're warm or cool.
Yeah, overall. Yeah. And it's not as easy as I said it sounds. It's not about just your skin tone. Your skin tone could be warm, but overall you could be cool. So it's looking at your eyes, your skin and your hair. The easiest way to do is obviously just get a colour analysis. But you can, I'm trying to think of another way that you could do it.
I mean, most people that are listening have got a lot of fabric laying around.
Use those fabrics. I think, I was going to say, like, just use tops you've got, like, use 2 pinks.
I wonder if this would be a fun thing to do with friends, because then also you can say, everybody bring, like, solid coloured garments.
Yeah.
Let's sit down together.
And see how they look.
And have fun.
And then just, put it next to your face, and then sometimes it is actually harder to see it yourself, so that's a good idea, because then someone can say, oh no, oh yes. Although that, just take that with a pinch of salt, because some people are terrible at not knowing the difference, to be honest. But that can help. Like if you have, like, say 2 pinks or 3 pinks and then have like 3 reds, have 3 blues, just kind of see, especially green, because you can, you know, you got the yellowy greens like lime greens, and then you've got like your emerald greens.
Yeah.
One's warm, one's cool, so you can see the one that looks better.
Brilliant.
So yeah, good.
So best case scenario would be to get yourself to a colour analyst.
Yep.
But if you don't have access to that, then get some friends, get some tops, and have fun.
Yeah, I think if you can see it in person, it's so much easier than trying to do it online, because you can't beat the in person. That's what the colour's doing, right? You can't fake that. So if you can see it, you can then gauge whether that's like warm or cool. Because I feel like your eye colour is quite warm.
Yeah, it's kind of a hazel in between green and brown. Yeah.
So that's quite warm, but then still your overall colouring came up as cool, because there's obviously that sort of pinkiness undertone to your skin, even with the tan. And then your hair, I would say, is kind of more neutral. It's kind of, there's hints of kind of chocolatey, medium brown.
And a lot of white coming through.
But still leaning towards the cool side. It's not like too much on the golden side.
Yes, absolutely, yeah.
Right, so overall you're still coming across cool even if your eyes are warm.
Yeah.
So there might be like 1 or 2 features that might be one, but your overall might be different from what you think.
Interesting.
So
this is so fun.
Yeah.
I love it. I love the idea of, then you've got this paint box to play with.
I know.
Yeah.
And it's so, and honestly, creativity is amazing after that. That's another thing that people underestimate with colour or colour analysis, is you can be like so creative. You can have like 3 colours in an outfit and all different colours, and they all blend in because you're matching the right shades together.
I love it.
It's so much fun.
Brilliant.
So that's what I mean. But then there's on the other spectrum, like I know you guys that love fabrics probably love colour more than, you know, those that don't do sewing and things like that. So there's people that are like scared of it. Like, it's too colourful, it's too much. But on the other spectrum, you've still got a wide range of neutrals that you can explore, not just black. Because I think people, as soon as someone says neutral, people think black. But there's so much, like there's like cocoa brown, like cool browns, rose beige, that's a wee bit cooler, for example. You have obviously navy, soft white. You have like dark cool browns. So there's so many other neutrals that you could explore instead of just the one. Now, again, nothing wrong with black, but it does restrict how much you can wear with it, and it's just a lot harsher with colour. So if you're going to do black, again, I would say just do it all black. Just go for it. Don't half-heartedly do black and then try and add a colour. Just do it. Or do like black and grey, black and white, all look amazing. But it's just if you wanted to do more colours, then, you know, the other neutrals allow you to do that a wee bit more.
Amazing.
And that's the difference. I would say, get that colour, even if you just find out the woman cool, because you can then invest in better quality pieces knowing that they're right colours and they're going to blend in with the rest of your wardrobe. That's the easiest way to do it. I know it sounds easy, but it's literally as easy as that. The warm shades will work with other warm shades, and cool shades will work with other cool shades. It's literally, that's what I do every day. I don't match anything. I don't think I'm going to wear green with red. I just think that's cool, throw it on, and I end up with all these combinations.
Amazing. That
still work for my colouring, but also work together as an outfit. So yeah, I would recommend doing it, like just to save you time and money. Like even just that is enough reason to do it. And then you can then build up your wardrobe. I feel like I've got a membership, for example, and I remember one of my members saying, right, okay, what happens then, like when we get to a stage where you have this stuff, like you have, which is a great place to get to. I'm like, there's a lot of people that are not in that place, but it's like, what happens next? What happens next is you then have this capsule wardrobe, right? That I know the capsule wardrobe term is overused, but what I mean by a capsule is a genuine wardrobe where you have shades that coordinate. It doesn't have to be neutral, there could be a lot of colour that genuinely coordinate. And you get to a stage where getting dressed is really easy. Like 5 minutes, you've got a really amazing outfit that people see. And fun, isn't it? So you get to that stage and I think styling's fun, but also I feel like you can live life using these tools. I can, go to a city break and not feel like I'm panicking for packing, right? I can just take like dark brown shoes and they work with everything. So it makes it a lot easier to live that life, and it means that you can then start spending that money on things that you want to spend on. For me, it's travel all the way. Like save on clothes and just like travel as much as you can. Like that for me is like the ultimate. So every time I'm tempted to buy something that I don't need, I'm like, city break, calling Numba. That money can go towards that, so I stop myself. Because ultimately, I do love clothes, and I think for me, working in this industry it's so tempting to just like buy stuff all the time.
I bet.
So my restriction is like, right, it's lovely, yes, you can appreciate something beautiful, but not need to have it or own it all
Completely.
the time.
I feel like that all the time because I work in a fabric shop a couple of days a week, and people often say to me, how do you not go wild and buy everything? And it's something that I've learned as well. It's like, A, there is always more fabric, and B, you can appreciate something, but you don't have to own it. Yes. You can just be like, that is beautiful. Like, you don't have to have every paint colour you ever see.
Yeah.
Like, you don't have to own every sculpture you've seen that you like.
I know.
Yeah, you can just be like, that's lovely. I'm glad that's in the world, and that's going to look amazing on somebody. But it's not going to look amazing on me, so I don't need it.
And that's a good way. Do you know what? We can't stress that enough. And I think I'm glad you mentioned that, because what's happened now with social media and having all the influencers is your eye sees things, and it sees really nice things. It sees really nice outfits, and your brain's like, oh, like if I just have that one thing, I will just like look at that person. But essentially, you're not buying the piece. Like, you're not buying just the trousers. When you look at that person wearing it, automatically your brain goes to be, that's going to be me, that's how I'm going to be looking. But if you think about it, it's not like, you don't envision just wearing it in the house, do you? You think you're going to be like that person, you're going to be in Italy somewhere wearing that,
on your
feeling all nice and easy. But the reality is you buy it and it's going to sit in the house unless you have the lifestyle to match up whatever piece that is.
Do you know, that's so interesting. I recently fell down I'm normally very good and I don't buy things via Instagram, but I did buy a bra via Instagram, and then obviously now every time I go on this, it's like bras, you know, under. But there's this brand that I like, and then they've got this like really nice basic set, and they keep showing it to me in different colours. I'm like, oh,
so
do I need it in the rose? Do I need it in the emerald green? And I'm like, now I'm thinking, okay, what are my colours? Let's just like 50% of that. No, that's not for me.
Which makes it easier, because it's like not everything is an option anymore, so that helps a lot. But I think just being stronger and going, that's nice, but actually, where am I going to wear it? And do I need it? Have I got something similar that would do exact same job? I don't need it just because it looks nice. And that's not talked about enough, because I know for sure a lot of my clients that have maybe not been here will buy things because it looks nice on that influencer, and just be like, oh, that's just a lovely pair of dress, oh, that's a beautiful dress, that's beautiful shoes. And yes, but we don't need to own it just because it's there.
So your role as a stylist isn't necessarily like, this is what you need to buy. It's sometimes like, this is what you don't need to buy, and this is maybe what you should remove from your wardrobe.
And, you know, I always say to my clients as well, it changes, especially when you do a session with me, it changes, because it's not just, now you're not going to a shop blindly thinking, you know, the way we used to shop, like you're window shopping with a friend and be, oh, that's lovely, oh, try that on. And it's very strategic now, because there's just too much of that. We need strategy now to make the most of it. So we need to go in knowing exactly what you need. So when I walked into COS that day, where my trousers are from, I knew that I've got like lots of navy trousers. They all do different things though. Some are like wide leg, and some are slightly longer so I can wear it for evening with a heel. Some are shorter so I can wear trainers with them. Some are cropped, some are slightly wider. So they all do different things, but I know because it's the dark navy, it's worth that, because it's going to give me maximum versatility with pieces. Right, but my latest purchase, which is the navy trousers I'm wearing right now, well, only because a lot of trousers I've got are that sort of, it's a fabric that's like really good in winter, but can be not very nice in summer because it's not cotton. So I really wanted cotton navy trousers, and I tried on a couple. There was one, I think ASOS had like harem ones, which I thought that would be great. So we've got a touring caravan that we take away, and that part of my lifestyle is like super casual, and I wanted something I could wear there that feels nice but it's not too dressy. So it was the very, very specific thing I was looking for, right? So it had to be navy.
It's go tick, 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 tick,
it had to be cotton so it could be breathable, but I could wear it, you know, with trainers, but equally with nice shoes. So I walked in. So actually what happened was I was shopping for a client, and then I happened to clock them, and I thought, I am coming back for them. So finished the shopping, and I was like straight back. And they only had a size 6 left because they sold out online, unfortunately. But they're kind of wide leg. They've got a pleat, cotton. And I had a size 6 left, but I could gauge that I'm big on my bottom, so I'm like what you call a pear shape or an A shape. And for me, it's always fitting my hips, and my waist is quite small. So I knew that I'm definitely not a size 6. I'm usually 10 or 12 for, you know, wider trousers to fit me. But I knew they were quite wide and I knew the waist was smaller. So I tried it on and miraculously they fit and I was so delighted.
It's meant to be.
It was meant to be, and I've worn them all summer. I've not taken them off and I'm wearing them today. So that's an example of very strategic. Now, there was lots of lovely things in that shop when I walked in. There was lovely dresses, there was lovely tops. But I had a strategy and I was looking for navy trousers and I found them and I left. I bought one thing. I didn't, lovely dresses, but I wasn't tempted to buy them because I knew I've got enough dresses.
Yeah.
I've got things that are similar.
You've got city breaks to save for.
I've got city breaks to save for. That's what keeps me going. So that's the bit that it has to be strategic. Definitely at the start when you're building your wardrobe. And then sometimes you do see an exceptional piece that you're just like, wow, like that is just exceptional. I think that's the time to be like, right, I'm buying that.
If that is singing to you that hard, yeah.
And
you know you're going to love it.
Hard, exactly.
And you know you're going to love it in 3 years' time still.
Yeah, that's different level stuff, but there's not many things that do them.
Yeah.
But when you do come across them, that can also be amazing.
I think it's also nice to think about, if you saw that 3 years ago, would you have loved it?
Yes. That's a really good add-on. And I think it's good to remember that 3 years from now, am I going to love this or am I buying because it's a trend?
Yes.
I mean, there's some
That's
trends.
What I'm thinking, like, if you saw it 3 years ago, would it still have sung to you? Or is it just because it's so current that, and you've seen so many of them recently, that you've kind of, that exposure is making you go toward it?
Yeah, you with being a nice piece, when actually, do you actually like the brand?
Yeah.
Are you going to wear it long enough? The interesting thing is, have you noticed the balloon trousers that are in?
I know, I've got some right now.
You've got some, right?
Jeans on,
So that was interesting when that came through, because for me as well, I also have to think, is that just a trend or do I love it enough to buy it because it's me?
Yeah, or invest in sewing it, for example.
Invest in sewing. This looks amazing. Can I buy fabric and you can make trousers for me?
Well, I can point you to some
There's a fabric
resources.
shop in Melrose. So we went there on a trip and there was a fabric shop and I was like, we never got time to have a look, but I was tempted to just buy amazing fabric and make trousers from it. I don't have time to sew, but I could get someone to do it.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so for me, the balloon trouser thing, I've always loved harem trousers way before, I know they're in and out, but that's my thing. I just love it. It's so different. It's slouchy. You can travel in it. It's so easy. And my favourite pair I own is one from Vivienne Westwood, but it was like a size 8 and I feel like it's a bit tight now. I've kept them, but I'm hoping I can then buy fabric and make them. So when the balloon trousers came up, I felt like it was a similar vibe to them. So I felt like actually, that question, do I think I'll love this 3 years from now? And I thought, actually, I would, because I love the slouchy feels. Do I think that will change in 6 years? I'm not sure, but I think I would still wear them in 6 years.
I had the exact same kind of mental process when the kind of balloon and barrel leg. There's a lot of sewing patterns out at the moment now for balloon and barrel leg trousers.
Imagine.
And I was thinking, is this just something that I've been kind of exposed to a lot recently? And now I'm kind of drawn to it because I've seen so many. But I was like, no, I think if I'd seen these 3 years ago, I would have been into them because they do look like the kind of slouchy, especially if it's more of a hipster style. Yes. That's the style that I feel comfortable in. My body feels comfortable in. I like it because you can then fit it, with a slightly more fitted top, and the balance looks good.
You can dress them smarter.
Yeah, so
and it does, especially jeans. Yeah, it doesn't look like you're just wearing normal jeans. It makes it feel different. So I definitely feel, I think it's good to question these things, and what you did was great, because then you can gauge, and there's some things that I just think, for example, I just changed, have you seen these plastic shoes that are in just now? They're just plastic.
Oh.
Sandals.
Right.
Kind of crisscross plastic sandals. I'm just like, no. No, that's
a sweaty foot right there.
You're in plastic shoes. No,
that's a blister. That's a sweaty foot, and I don't want any part of it.
Yeah, I mean, it's an example of I don't like them now, and I don't think I'm going to like them in 6 years or 3 years time.
Yeah,
pass.
Yeah.
Definitely pass.
And it's okay to pass.
It's okay to pass. That's the thing, because
especially footwear, because footwear is an investment, isn't it?
It is, and some things you just pass, and I know sometimes you get this feeling where, oh, there's one left. It's going to sell out. Yeah, so what?
Yeah, good.
Are
Somebody else
you
can
gonna,
buy it.
Anna, are you going to die if it sells out? Like, what's going to happen if
Because
it
there's always
sells
going to
out?
be more shoes or more whatever, more
know.
fabric, more jeans.
But it's psychological. I'm sure some shops just do it for the sake of it, so that they create that urgency. I know the marketing world does
the last chance rail and everything.
And you're like, oh, if that goes, then it goes forever. So what? So what?
Well, that's a good thing about sewing. Like, sewing patterns very rarely become unavailable. So
Yes.
I'm going to make a sew review by one day.
Sewing's so good. Like, that's my retirement plan, right?
Yes.
When I retire and have all this time.
Yeah.
That's going to be my thing. Like, I'm just going to make everything.
Well,
because it's so different. Like, then you get things that are just nobody else has.
Absolutely. Because you have to make every single decision about that garment for it to become a thing. Yeah. Like, you have to choose the fabric, you have to choose the fastenings, you have to choose the fit, you have to choose the sleeve length. Like, you have to make those decisions, so you have that control. And I think that that's something that once you start making your own clothes and you make all those decisions and you learn about your own preferences and your body and everything, it's hard to go back.
Yes.
You know?
You've invested too much. Yeah,
too
like much time, money, energy.
I love that control.
Yeah.
You know, and to let go of that is...
That's amazing.
Anyway, I'm going to make a sewer out of you one day.
One day. Oh my goodness. I would love that. I
love it. Thank you so much for your time. This has been an amazing opportunity to meet you.
It has been. Well, thank you so much for coming all the way down to Glasgow and meeting me in person. Yeah. It's so different in person though, isn't it?
Fun. Yeah, but it's so fun, don't you think?
So
like, the dynamic is really fun. Thank you so much.
Well, you're so welcome. So welcome.
Thanks so much for listening. I really hope you enjoyed this episode and are left feeling inspired. For more info about the podcast, including show notes for this and every episode, head to checkyourthread.com. I'd love to hear from you, so if you have any comments, questions or ideas for future episodes, please get in touch by emailing zoe@checkyourthread.com or find me on Instagram @checkyourthread. Massive thanks to Patrick Potter for production support, to Sylvia Seller for the awesome logo design, and to Simon at Palm Skin Productions for the music. This ad-free podcast would not be possible without listener support, so if you feel you are able, please consider signing up to the Check Your Thread Patreon. For the equivalent of buying me a coffee each month, you'll be making it possible to continue producing regular episodes. Links can be found in the show notes and on the website checkyourthread.com. I hope you'll listen again next week. Until then, take care. Bye!